BMW's design studio just came out with the latest in audio technology for EVs, but not the audio you're thinking about. Most of the time I do focus on how well music sounds in an EV, but today we're going to talk about how your acceleration sounds or how your driving sounds in an EV. Typically you have a very silent experience apart from tire noise and pedestrian alert sounds when you're below a certain speed. But some EVs do have a sound to replace the acceleration sound you'd normally hear with like an ICE engine. And the way BMW did it is pretty cool. Let's dive into it.
With hypersonics, we have designed an experience that goes beyond sound and embrace all the elements in the car, such as light and user interface, so that we create an holistic experience for our drivers.
So BMW's new sound system basically takes a more holistic approach to creating sounds that you hear while you're accelerating or while you're driving. And by more holistic approach, I mean less of a created, synthesized type of sound, but this one is actually made from the sounds of actual voices of people. In fact, it's people that worked at BMW. They basically grabbed a group of people from the company and had them talk about what brings them joy. And from that, the engineers were able to actually isolate certain frequencies from their voices and create this harmonizing sound effect. Now, I'm actually extremely familiar with this type of workflow as it's my actual daily job. I edit and create audio for a mobile app. I've been doing audio engineering for going on 5 years. And in fact, the sound software they're using, Ableton Live, is what I use daily. So I saw exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. So the sound that theirs makes is, like I said earlier, pretty different from the typical, like, just, you know, the sound goes higher, the pitch goes higher as you go faster. This is more dynamic, and I believe they also have a type of spatial audio type of experience as well. So you're really getting a more interactive feel. This is what it sounds like. People's preference on whether they want a silent experience or a sound-filled experience varies for sure. I'm more of a silent experience. If I'm not driving awesome V8 engine, I'll just take the silence of an EV because I love the silence, it's great. But I also understand the want for an interactive type of life-bringing sound that kind of brings you back onto the road. The lack of a sound when driving EV can be really kind of turning off for people. And the way BMW did theirs is pretty cool. It sounds almost like a choir because that's exactly what they did. They basically created a choir from individual voices to this. It's pretty impressive. I'd go way more in depth, but I won't want to bore you guys. One of my favorite aspects is how they test it. They not only just create kind of a, bare bones or kind of standard sound and just put it in the car, they test it over and over again to really get the best feel for it. In fact, they use a driving simulator. I also have a driving simulator at home as I do a lot of sim racing and sim truck driving. I even have the same headset they use for their system. So they really are kind of going as deep as they can with this new system. Now, you won't be able to drive a car with this tomorrow. This is still a very concept-like feature. In fact, it's for the concept Neue Klasse vehicle. So now on to what I think about it. I'm usually one of the people that dislike artificial sounds in an EV. However, I think this one's pretty good. I almost like how it's a warm feeling, almost, it definitely sounds futuristic, but also has almost a spatial type sound to it. One of my favorite features is how it almost has a dimensional aspect to it. Whereas you're accelerating, you punch the juice pedal and it's you kind of feel yourself going. As someone who uses the sim rig all the time, spatial audio is pretty cool, and being able to mimic what you would hear in a different car, you know, a regular BMW, is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to hearing more about this and hopefully hearing this in person soon. I'm a pretty big fan and look forward to seeing these hopefully in real cars pretty soon. So that's my quick talk on it. Appreciate you guys watching.